Hello, hello. We are live and alive here on this beautiful family day. I'm going to jump right into it with a little chess lesson from our guy, Daniel No, it's not Daniel Nargitsky. Who is this guy? I'm terrible with names. I can promise you that. Igor Smirnov. You can read it on the screen there. We're going to give it a go and see what's up. I'm going to pause the music for the time being. Let's jump right into it.
Thus gaining some space advantage.
I was already reading a little bit into it.
It arises after this most common opening move sequence, and if you play this position with either side, either white or black, you gotta be ready to face the move bishop b5. We'll stay away from the main lines because they're intricate and they contain a lot of theory that you gotta know. Instead, we'll focus on the common Igor Nation stuff, which is aggressive, fun, and easy to learn. All right, so when you play bishop b5 as white, when your
We love aggressive, fun, and easy to learn. Keep it simple.
Opponent is not sure what to do, they usually see that you're kind of threatening this pawn on e5 because you're ready to eliminate the knight, and so often they want to either protect this pawn on e5 by going pawn to d6, or they try to chase away your bishop by playing pawn to a6. Quite often they do both. For instance, they can play a6 first, and as you drop your bishop back, they then follow up with pawn to d6. What do you do then? Well, you can simply castle because it's a useful move anyway, and it's also a little bit provocative. First off, your opponents still see that there is this unpleasant pin, and they may try to chase your bishop back. They play pawn to b5, you play bishop b3 back. And now, like, the overwhelming majority of your opponents will wish to play bishop g4. For some reason, a lot of amateur players just believe that it's so cool to have this pin on your knight, and that's...
It's kind of stupid because then you're able to just develop your pawn on the H file, slide it up, attack. In worst case, he takes your knight and you just take with your queen. Now you're both looking at a mate in one square. So it's just it is very aggressive. They're just trying to get you back, essentially.
Will nearly guarantee future attack of black, but we'll see that we have something prepared. So first off, I always recommend that you play pawn to h3 just to make sure that the bishop decides what exactly it wants to do. Does it want to take? Does it want to go back? In most cases, they will go back. If they take, it's no problem. You play
I mean, most of the games I play, they take. So
queen to f3, you're actually threatening this checkmate in one. Your queen is active, and generally speaking, bishop is a little bit stronger than a knight. You can then play pawn to c3 so that he can never jump there, and you just have a great position. But in most cases, they will instead drop their bishop back to maintain this pin. And here, when your opponent thinks that life's good, you shock them by the move knight takes c5. And that counts as a complete shocker, as unlike...
That's a shocker to me also right now, people. So
like the normal illegal checkmate, that's actually something different. So what's the catch here? Well, you sacrifice your queen, and it's actually going both ways. Therefore, he has to take your queen, or else he'll take his bishop. So after he takes your queen, you then play bishop takes f7, check to the king. There's only one move where it can possibly go to, so king goes to e7, and now knight takes c6, you rock. It's a royal fork.
That is nasty. Obviously, he takes your bishop.
So you rock.
But still.
Now the king has to move. Now you take on d8. It's check once again. And therefore, they have to recapture. And as a result of this massive trade-off, we have two extra pawns in an endgame, and therefore that is a technically win.
Yeah, it's a winning position if you know how to capitalize with it, especially where his pawns are right now. So you have every single pawn on the board still. That's wild.
Winning position. If they don't play the move bishop g4, which, as we now know, turns out to be incorrect, they can play a more solid-looking move knight f6, and that is indeed a good move for black. Still, there are some common attacking patterns and traps involved here. There are actually two ways for you to go about this. You can play in a more solid style, just play c3, which is a usual move of the Ruy Lopez opening. You're getting ready to play d4 on the next move and put your pawns in the center of the board, thus gaining some space advantage and a nice position. Some of your opponents will see that actually this pawn on e4 is hanging, and they'll just go ahead and grab it. They'll expect you to play something like rook e1, and they're ready to drop their knight back, but instead of all that, you surprise them with bishop to d5. And you're just attacking way too many pieces across this diagonal, so you're going to be winning something. Besides the classical c3 and d4...
That is nasty, because almost every single time I bring the queen over or the rook over and just kick them.
d4 plan of the Ruy Lopez opening. You can also switch it to the fried liver attack with knight to g5. And that's something that will confuse a lot of your opponents because you're not playing the Italian game or the two knights game where they expect you to go for this attack. You instead play the Ruy Lopez. But since your bishop relocated back to this diagonal, it's actually becoming very similar to the Italian game, and therefore you can go for this fried liver attack against this pawn. Now, how do they... No, it's the wrong arrow. Yeah, like this. So how do they defend it? You're attacking all these squares. It's not easy. They'll play pawn to d5. Now you take. And strangely enough, recapturing with a knight is a losing mistake for black, but most of your opponents will not recognize this, so they will go for that. And now you win in the standard way for the fried liver. So it's knight takes f7, temporarily sacrifice, followed by queen to f3. You're putting pressure against his king as well as the knight. Therefore, if the king wants to hide back, then you play bishop takes d5. You're threatening here the knight and the rook along this diagonal. And
that's nasty. You really got to see the vision for that. It's like a couple moves in advance, and you're sacking pieces, making them think they have the advantage for a short period of time, and then capitalizing on their mistakes. Interesting. I want to run that one back just because that fried liver is nasty.
With a knight is a losing mistake for black, but most of your opponents will not recognize this, so they will go for that. And now you win in the standard way for the fried liver. So it's knight takes f7, temporarily sacrifice, followed by queen to f3. You're putting pressure against his king as well as the knight. Therefore, if the king wants to hide back, then you play bishop takes d5. You're threatening here the knight and the rook along this diagonal. And if he tries to go knight d4 to counterattack you, you don't want to go back. You instead go forward. And it's somewhat really close to the scholar's checkmate. What else can your opponent play? We'll start from more amateur level stuff. And after that, we'll go to like more pro stuff where your opponent knows the theory and plays all the correct moves. I'll still show you how to get a nice attacking position there. But for now, let's still talk about like more common moves in amateur level. Again, your opponent sees that you're putting pressure against his center, against his pawn on e5 in particular. He may wish to just defend it by playing pawn to d6. Looks simple and solid. But then he's exposing his king, and therefore this knight is getting pinned, and you can take advantage of that by striking in the center right away. d4. Now you're threatening either to take or to push forward. Once again, this bishop is putting pressure. That usually recapture. You recapture with the knight, attacking this knight twice. They defend it, and then you just develop. Now, here your opponents will often see that if there is some unpleasant pressure that you're putting here, they'd wish to trade off some pieces to make their life easier. So they go for this, knight takes, queen takes, then they trade bishops. And now it feels like black's position is completely secure, and the most common move by black is knight to f6. Strangely enough, this move turns out to be a losing error, because you can strike back with the move pawn to e5. And this central breakthrough just wins the game. Like you attack here, plus your knight is putting pressure there just as well as your queen. And if he takes there after queen takes e5, that's double attack to this king as well as the pawn on c7. And after they cover their king anyhow, you then play knight takes c7 check to the king, and then you trade queens. And on the next move, you're going to win the rook in the corner, getting the winning material advantage. Some of your opponents will wish to go for the so-called burst defense, where they go knight to d4. This way, they counterattack your bishop, and your bishop can no longer attack this knight on c6 whatsoever. What do you do then? Well, first of all, you just trade it off, and then you castle. Castling is something that you usually do early in the game because you have developed all your kingside pieces already, and therefore you're free to castle, and now your king is safe. Now, black has little problems with his development. If he tries to bring his knight, then you can always kick it off with pawn to e5 and attack it. So it feels a little bit unpleasant. Normally, black would wish to develop this light square bishop by putting the pawn forward, but this pawn is pinned down to the king, therefore they can't play d6 right away. And like they could develop the dark squared bishop, but in this case, like they usually prefer to first attack your bishop with something to a6. And then you can bring the bishop back to c4. That's one of the tricks of the Ruy Lopez. As you relocate the bishop back to this diagonal, you kind of create back the Italian game situation, which allows you a lot of early attacks. For example, if your opponent plays bishop c5 here, looks like a very standard, normal, solid move, but it actually doesn't work because of bishop takes f7. And on the next move, you follow up with queen h5, which simply does bishop c5 here. Looks like a very standard, normal, solid move.
That's
but
crazy.
It actually doesn't work because of bishop takes f7. And on the next move, you follow up with queen h5, which is a double attack, and you're going to get your piece back with interest. You want this pawn on f7, plus his king is completely exposed, which gives you a winning game. Many of your opponents will be tempted to play pawn to b5 because black's got a lot of pawns here. They wish to attack her bishop, maybe even to follow up with c5.
So many so many traps with the Ruy Lopez and Spanish Opening, just being aggressive and then taking advantage. But you really have to know the puzzles and little movements, because a lot of it's sacking a piece first for a positional advantage, which is very interesting.
Definitely expect your bishop to just go back to b3 or something like this, but instead you still sacrifice your bishop on f7. And this is a really tricky tactics, which is nearly impossible to see if you are not familiar with this variation. So after king takes, you still play queen h5. So far, Black still can't get it. Like, what's the point? But they're losing because after they go pawn to g6, you play queen d5, and that's the point of our plan. We attack the king and the rook in the corner. Therefore, we're gonna win the rook, get a material advantage. Plus, his king is still exposed, and once again, that ensures you're winning. Gonna deal or your bishop. Not familiar with the point, but they're losing because after they go pawn to g6, you play queen d5, and that's the point of our plan. We attack the king and the rook in the corner. Therefore, we're gonna win the rook, get a material advantage. Plus, his king is still exposed, and once again, that ensures your winning advantage. All right, what if you encounter a really advanced level opponent who knows all the theory and plays all the correct moves? Then the main line of the Ruy Lopez is pawn to a6, bishop goes back, knight f6. Black is not playing b5 early, he instead just develops. And now again, the main lines of the Ruy Lopez are heavily theoretical and complex, but instead we'll go for a more aggressive approach. We'll go pawn to d4, trying to open up the game and put pressure on your opponent right away. Now, clearly, you attack the pawn, you're threatening to go forward. Therefore, in the vast majority of the cases, they're going to take here, and then you castle, leaving the e-file open for your rook, which is very handy in many variations. So it's, for example, very risky for Black to take this pawn because that exposes their king along the e-file, and you're going to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
So what will Black do here? Well, they have some problems. This pawn on e4 is ready to go forward and chase away this knight, which feels unpleasant. If they try to stop it by going d6, they expose their king along this diagonal. Therefore, you can just go knight takes d4 and start putting pressure here to this knight. So it also, it's not the end of the world for Black, but anyway, you have nice attacking position here. In most cases, they play the move pawn to b5. That's the most played move according to the Lichess database.
Super annoying when you just have to keep moving your bishop around. So I'm curious what he does from here.
And guess what? This is nearly a losing error, because that relocates your bishop back to b3, and now you have those two common attacking patterns that we discussed previously together. So you're threatening either to go pawn e5 and chase away this knight, which is very uncomfortable for Black, or thanks to this bishop, you're ready to go knight g5 and hit this pawn on f7. And Black is kind of defenseless against these both threats together. In most cases, they go bishop c5, getting ready to castle, which prevents your move knight to g5 because then it won't be efficient. He will simply castle, but e5 remains to be very strong. And what can he do now? He doesn't want to undevelop his knight back to g8. That's just very passive, and you'll continue attacking. Knight e4 puts this knight in a very dangerous position here in the center of the board because you see that there are no squares where it can possibly go to. Right? Like this square is taken by your bishop and knight. Therefore, there is no escape square. You can just play something like queen e2 and attack this knight. Usually you can just win it. In most cases, they will go knight g4 because that looks like the only normal square for the knight. And it potentially attacks this pawn on e5, although probably not right now because, again, his king is standing there. So you can always put your rook on the e-file and attack everything that stands there. There are many ways for you to attack here. Like the most solid way for you is to play pawn to c3, pretending like you just want to take here and attack his bishop. And as he captures, that clears the d-file for your queen, and all of a sudden you go forward with this all-out attack, queen d5.
Jeez.
That creates the threat to the f7 pawn, but also to the bishop on c5. And after queen e7, you can just recapture the pawn, and your position is so strong with so many threats, and Black's pieces are like really awkward and with so many weaknesses all around. Like this knight is pinned down to the rook. This bishop on c5 is kind of hanging. You're threatening knight e4, potentially going after this bishop. You're ready to go bishop g5 to chase away this knight.
It's funny because I played a lot of these moves before, but not in the proper sequence. When you move them in the right sequence and at the right time, you end up in such a better advantage on the board. And like positionally for sure, like you're just looking at so many dangerous squares. He's nervous to castle depending on where he puts the king. Like it's very interesting.
Queen, you're putting pressure on this diagonal. Like this knight is also misplaced. Like kind of everything is wrong for Black. If he tries to castle, you can then go bishop g5, and now the queen has to move. And after that, you just can get this bishop on c5, which is no longer defended, and Black's position falls apart. So what's the correct way for Black? Indeed, Black should be like really, really careful here and play most solid moves ever. So after they take here on d4, and you castle kingside, instead of b5, which is nearly a losing error, you got to play.
And we're watching this video for the next little bit. I'm going to jump into puzzles for like 10 to 15 minutes, maybe do a lesson or two, and then hop into some games.
Play bishop e7 and try to castle as quickly as possible, and then they ensure their safety. You still play pawn to e5 just to gain a tempo. And after the knight goes forward, in this case, it is safe for black to do that because the knight cannot be trapped. It can escape through this square. Then you can just get back your pawn on d4. And after all, that's just an equal game. If black does something normal, if they take here or if they castle, that's an approximately normal equal middle game position. And that's fine because, you know, chess is a draw if both sides play correct moves. But in reality, both sides play incorrect moves consistently. And that's what makes chess fun. So what if your opponent decides to take this pawn instead? Looks kind of a juicy pawn. It looks like black's king is now really well defended and black has nothing to worry about. But in this case, that's still wrong because you can go rook e1. And even though you're not going after his king, you're going against these two knights. You're kind of skewing them. You're going to win one of them. Black can't even play pawn to d5 because this pawn is pinned. Like a little nuance that actually does not help black to just play d5.
The other pawn, and if he plays the other pawn, he's got the knight to take it. And you're looking even better.
Only they can't play f5 because your knight controls the square. So they have to actually just give up one of these knights. So let's say they go knight c5. The only attempt to save a piece is to counterattack. Then you take their knight, they take your bishop, and for a second it feels like black is cool, but then you play knight f5, and it turns out that you still win a piece along this e-file. Thanks to the knight attack, and the bishop is pinned, there's nothing they can do. So they usually try to simply castle, at least to put their king to safety. Then you take on e7, check to the king. King goes to the corner, and now, first of all, you're up a piece already. Therefore, that is, generally speaking, already a winning advantage. But the cool thing is that you can play queen h5. Now you have a bunch of pieces near the opponent's castling position, and all of a sudden, black can't stop your winning attack. And by the way, here's a little question for you. What if black goes pawn to d6? How would you finish white's attack here? If you can find it, please let me know in the comments below.
What would you play here? Interesting. I gotta look at the comments. I don't even know.
That covers the Spanish.
I'm trying. I'm curious on what it is. It's queen sack. So this guy's trying to say, I think it's a queen sack on the h7 after king takes, then a rook h5 checkmate. So queen sack on h7 should be here. I don't know what that person's saying. I almost want to say, yeah, bishop sack, take, check. They can't take with this. They have to take with this. And then there's something. Interesting. Okay, cool. I mean, it was a very informal video on the Rudy Lopez because I would kind of play it aggressive and blind. Like I would just send pieces out, and I knew what I was doing, but I wasn't moving them at the right sequence at the right time, depending on how my opponent reacted. So a little more insight into that. Let me get into chess.com. Get some music going here. Okay, let's get into some puzzles. I think we got 10 in a row going right now. I'm trying to just play 10, take my time, and really understand them. Who's trying to play me right now? 2 people. Oh, Peggy finally moved. Nice. I'm going to save them for when I'm ready to play. I'm going to pop into puzzles. So I got 21 hours to move with that one. Okay. You can win if you find the checkmating idea. White to move. I think it's... Oh, I made it though. I got to move first. Here? No. Here?
You can win if you find the checkmating idea.
Here? Oh.
That wasn't it. Want to try again?
Yeah, what am I saying?
Bingo. You got it.
And then that's mate.
You're close to checkmate.
Black to move. Here.
Nicely done. You have a checkmating idea. Can you find it?
White to move. And a mate idea here. Wait, hold on. I gotta run first.
Fantastic.
Why would they? I'm so confused. Why are they? This I don't know. This is. I think the game.
Can you find a way to win a rook?
Black to move. Here. Here. Here.
You're doing great. You have a chance to beat me. Can you find the checkmate?
Checkmate. White to move. And here. That's a nasty one. What?
You hung your bishop.
It's not defended.
You got it. Well done.
I rushed it. I gotta slow down.
You have a chance to beat me. Can you find the checkmate?
White to move. There's a mate here? Okay, here, no. Here? No. Here.
Good work.
Easy. I feel like I'm blind with these sunglasses on.
Oops, I blundered. Can you find a way to checkmate me?
Black to move.
Nicely done.
Gotta watch out when you rush on that, because if you just push forward, the queen rips it.
The best moves here. Set up your pawn for promotion.
Set up your pawn promotion, white to move. And then you're able to just run it up.
3 in a row. Don't stop now. Find the right idea for your pawn. You spotted the solution. Excellent. Do you see a way to win the game?
White to move. I mean, here.
Keep it up. You're doing great.
All right. I'm pretty happy with how I'm playing right now. Let's do one more puzzle just to see.
You have a checkmating idea. Can you find it?
Mate idea. Can you find it? Here. No, because that would be a sack, and then this would be a mate. No,
I'm afraid you left your bishop hanging.
Yeah, but I wanted to. Here. I think we have to move this. Ah, because it's pinned.
Nicely done.
And then that one more forward would be mate. Okay. Okay, let's jump into a game. Kind of want. I could do a lesson first as well, just to really brush up on it. I've only read a bit today and haven't played too much or looked at a board. Next lesson's with the queen, eh?
Queens are very powerful, but you must be careful not to lose her for less valuable pieces. For that reason, queens often develop a little later than other pieces.
Winning move with white.
Use your powerful queen and find the only winning move for white. Great
Here.
job. White's queen forks the king.
Big.
Excellent.
And then you're also
White
blocking.
captures the rook, forking the king and pawn on a2. Eliminate black's dangerous a-pawn. Well done. White's powerful queen saved. How can white checkmate in just 2 moves?
White checkmate in 2 moves, here and here.
Excellent move. Nice work attacking the enemy king. Can you find a crushing move that immediately ends the game?
Here.
Fantastic. Black's pawn on
Nasty
f7
when you
is
have a
pinned,
pawn
so
pin.
White's 2 powerful bishops join the queen
A
in
lot of-
delivering checkmate.
A lot of people don't see that when it's pinned, especially a pawn. It just looks like it's and they think you're not going to sack a bishop for what would be nothing. But when it's pinned and you can't move it, it's like powerful, especially pawns, because people don't look too much at the pawns.
Retreat your queen to safety while still preventing checkmate on the a1 square. White threatened checkmate, but allowed black to checkmate first. Try again.
Retreat your queen to safety while still preventing checkmate on the a1 square.
You got it. White is up a piece and White's queen protects the weaker file while still looking at it. Can you find a powerful queen maneuver that wins material by force?
Can you find a powerful queen maneuver? See it. Huh. Can you find a powerful queen maneuver that wins material by force? Like it's wouldn't
Great board
is
vision.
that?
Black's king is forced to h7, allowing a fork on the next move. Well played. Now, excellent work demonstrating the power of the queen.
Okay. I mean, I like that one. I wouldn't have even seen that in a real game. Because sometimes when you check without a follow-up, it's nasty, but you then push them back onto that same square. And you find it here. Cool. All right. I like that. Very interesting. Okay, I'm not liking this track. Let's get into a game. Let's see if we can use what I've learned today practically in a match against someone with equal skill. See, when they play the move d4, I don't like mirroring, but I'm going to play the Carl Khan and just freeze him. That's fine. I think here. I'm going to try to play real smart today, and even on games where I should lose, I'm going to play ultra defensive on those and then look to win on time even. I think this here is kind of, I kind of want the bishop out first. I like it on that file. So now we're pawn push up from having both bishops active. And he's looking at it 1, 2, 3 times. I'm looking at it 1, 2 times. I'm going to throw it here for now with both, activate both bishops. I have a spot to run with it. Living here is kind of nice. By taking his bishop there and offering a trade, he brings his queen out. And then his queen's a lot more active and both our bishops off the board. Okay, I don't know what that does, but we're fine with it. We almost want to threaten, I think here, because when he takes, I take. He takes, I take. And if he decides not to, it's kind of fun. This is a fun little one. Because if he thinks he's looking at it twice, but he can't move that or else I win. Yeah. It's fine. We got to block that and offer a trade. And now we have a fork preventing him from 100% moving that. Boom. I mean, he can move it now, which is annoying. I don't know if I like this playlist. I hate not being able to play the music that I want to listen to. I'm on a site called Epidemic Sound. Let's get some jazz going. If I play quieter, softer music, I find I don't rush through things. All right, well, we don't hate it. Honestly, we can defend it and still develop. I don't want to offer a trade yet. Oh, he's looking at it twice now, though, with the queen. I blundered that one. I have to give it to him. Should have just traded. How do we take advantage? I think here. We're down a knight. Now we have to play smart. I have to take off the glasses and lock in. Doesn't check. He's looking for this check here. Still going to keep it on the same file. I know what he's looking for. And I mean, I'll trade a rook right now for a bishop and a knight, I think. Interesting. Here, double looking at he's got to move the bishop now. We're pushing pieces up the board. I gotta slowly start getting the clock back, but your move, my guy. Sometimes people don't always see when knights are both looking at something because they're on different squares, and obviously it's the only piece that can jump. That's kind of nice. I'm assuming he'll move it and he won't give me a piece back immediately. Yeah, it's not a terrible check. I don't think he'll take it for a... I don't think he'll give it to me for a pawn. Which now this is blocked, this is blocked. All right, he gives me for a pawn. He does fork me, which is slightly annoying, but I'm always going to move my queen first. Is there anything I can do in the meantime? What square would I like this to live on? Not a terrible move, honestly. Snagging a rook now. Now we got to play out like we got to. That was not what I wanted to do. That was smart. I had a feeling there was something involved there with this knight jumping around. Now we're gonna make some dreams happen. Learn from my mistakes, people. Check that one out again. See, that one's interesting because he's giving me a knight back. He's gonna check and take it. He can't. All right, that's huge. The next move. I'm hoping he doesn't want to see this one again. It was pretty nasty because obviously I'm going to take with a pawn. I'm forced to take. Okay. I got to watch too because that's on the bishop file, which is pretty nasty. That's a nasty fork too. If he were to ever pawn push up. So why don't we offer a pawn he takes? No, because then he gets this. I almost want this to live somewhere here. I really wanted to push that pawn up, looking for my knight. Because there's a nasty fork on the G file, G3. And it's the only one he can really attack of something that's lesser value than a knight. So there's a good chance that he pushes up. I'm assuming he'll castle first. But if he brings that up, I think there's something there. There is a nasty fork on the G file. Okay, castle. This one's interesting now too because I can open up mate. Oh my god. I don't think he sees it. I have mate in one now on the H file. The knight's blocking the only exit, and that would be mate. And if he just comes crashing down, yep. GG, my guy. That was disgusting because I moved it in a sense where it doesn't look threatening. I'm still defended by a pawn, and once again, he's only got rooks on the board. And it's the same. I didn't have to move my queen anymore. My queen's sitting in the corner, way out of the way, lurking in that back left corner. And I free it. Sometimes castling hurts too. By castling, he gave me a lot more options. I would have potentially castled on the other side because you already have a strong pawn chain. But I think what he's thinking is he's already pushing them down the board. He wants to be a little more secure. But it's harder to break through a pawn chain because they're all defending each other. But castles, I open up the knight on the E file, which is blocked. So it opens up the file for the queen. The queen's so much less active being in the corner too. So it feels like not a threat. Because when it's in the center of the board, it's looking, it can go diagonal, it can go sideways, up and down. It's almost looking at half the board. In the corner, it's like 20%, if that. It's just looking across this file, up and over. So I opened up that file. Wish I could draw arrows like Igor does, but I open up that file. And this knight, defended by a pawn, obviously doesn't take because it's double defended, but also he doesn't have anything where he can possibly take with it of the same value. Like there's no pawn here that can threaten it. Yeah, you do open yourself up to a little fork, but he has no pawn on this file. And now I'm looking at a mate square with the knight covering the D file. Both of them. Nasty. That was actually nasty. I might have to clip that. Especially being down a piece. Got black again. Well, Carl Conti, yeah, it did me well in the first one. I think you're supposed to bring your bishop out first to activate them both early. He has to take. He still can't come crashing down anywhere. So we develop. He's just moving his knight around. We now threaten a double stack because he can't come down again. You can't go here. You can only really retreat. And potentially bring it over. Where is he looking with this? Okay, well, we're going to force him to double stack. He's going to open up his queen file 100%. Now, I think we threaten to pull him because there's nowhere for this knight to come down. Develop more of my pawns. Cool. think we develop the knights. We push this up. We're looking at it twice now as well. We put this up here. Okay, he's looking at it 3 times. Oh my God. I'll freak out. Now I am as well. What are you going to bring into the party next? This is a fork. But it does allow him to slip into here looking at my queen, which then I'm not going to... I don't want to go here first. So he can attack. And then go for the fork with the 2. As long as he leaves him there. I think he will because I'm not threatening either piece now. I want 4 solid games. Okay. Here. He's still looking at it, what? 1, 2, and I'm looking at it 3 times. I think we have to kick him. It's a nice move. Because regardless, he's going to get this, so I have to. Gotta give him my... Can I threaten? I think I can go here, actually. The one saving grace. Because he can't move that now. I feel like I could have 100% blundered, or this is genius because now I'm getting a knight out of this. Because I take and he can't. He's looking at my rook. I think that was it's a nasty little trick. Because you take and you think you're winning a knight, but then he slides down and gets your rook for it. And I don't think he can follow up with anything else. And he can't just move the knight also, because then I'm getting his queen. There's always a move, a counter move in chess. If you can find it, sometimes there isn't. Granted, yeah, you can get walked, dog walked around with your king, set up into a trap. But if you don't rush it and really look at all angles and all outs, there's usually something. Making him think now. Bring that clock back down. I'm probably gonna get like mated in 1 here. Oh, here we go. Nope, that's a free rook. And now I think because it's not, the thing is he can't take with your queen. And if I take, he checks me. I gotta run, which is scary. And if I take this, he gets my rook. So I think I almost take with this. And now I'm up a piece. Explain to me. Can't take, he can't check. I'm threatening his queen now. Sure, he can bring it back and discover check. Then we're going to win another bishop and then go on the run. Yeah. Still, we're going to force him to move. Because he can't. It's a dark square. I just got to stay on light squares. I'll come in for the check. And then I run here. Can't come down with that. Like, I should be fine. I mean, I played that pretty smart. I got to run that back too because I've been duped by that a million times. Do I just bring it here? He's not going to take it. He physically can't. Or do I go here? No, I kind of like that file open. I'm going to run it here. Can't come crashing down. He can't slide over because then I'm going to threaten. I think I'm going to bring a knight over now. And if he comes down again, I'm going to take it and it opens up pretty nasty file to all defender. Right now, I almost just want to trade because I'm up a piece and his pawns are double stacked. So once again, he's looking at this piece. Yeah, sure, you can have it if you want. But if he takes it, then I'm getting his rook. Oh, that's a mistake. That's a mistake, my guy. It's not in check. I'm on a light square. Now we throw him on the same one and just start gobbling. He's going to resign. That was well played. I got to look at my – I got to run that back after because that was actually – funny thing is I'm not even using white. I was studying the Rui Lopez. And I'm playing the Carl Con against everyone. No matter what the opening, and it's working. It's the jazz music. Helps me calm down. This guy's cooked. I think he's going to bleed out the clock and just try and piss me off that way. Some people do that where they know they're cooked and they'll just try and they'll just make you wait 5 minutes to win. I'm literally just going to move my pawn up one file. Once again, if I just keep everything on light, see how everything's on a light square right now? All he has is a dark square bishop. Literally every single one of my pieces but this rook is on a light square. There's nothing he can do to check me in any case scenario. And the only one on a dark square I'm going to check him with next and then start eating his pawns. So if I'm him, I would resign immediately if you understand the game. He's not. So, see where he's from. Colombia. Might as well learn some, get a geography lesson while I'm here. A lot of people think you're talking shit when you just start. My chat's disabled? No shot. Give me it back. What did I say, chess.com? I think I honestly typed in oh shit once when I lost. And they had a nasty little fork on me, and then they disabled me for a couple days. I'm very polite to people. I just, the odd time, give them too much respect, and that's hilarious that I can't type. I want to learn. I like learning. Wonder why. Does it tell you? They must have sent me something. That's insane. Okay, let me finish this game. I want to look. I don't know why I'm disabled. They did to me once before too, and it was literally over me dropping an F-bomb or saying shit or something out of respect for the person absolutely cooking me. And I even gave them their props. Yeah, this person's just bleeding out the clock, so I know they lost. Just resign. Save us both the time. Can I say good game at least? Won't let me. You won't even let me say good game. Like, this is crazy. I'm gonna have to email them. I don't like when I can't talk to these guys. I like learning where they're from, what's popping in their country or city, the food, the culture. It's fun, especially when they just make you wait like this. Ivan from Colombia is pissed. It's actually phenomenal. I really didn't even fully understand I was on all light squares. He's literally just gonna make me wait. I should hit some push-ups in the meantime. Let's get some push-ups going on here for the stream. Take 11. Still hasn't moved. Get a little chest pump while I'm waiting. Shout out to Ivan for giving me time to do that. I also jump immediately into another game. All right, we got 2 viewers now. Let's go. Shout out to the second person. If you're just tuning in now, we are absolutely cooking this man. It's only got a dark square bishop left. I have every single one of my pieces on light squares, except for this rook, and he's going to get checked next, and I'm just going to start eating his entire pawn army. And also, chess.com disabled my chat, which is rude. They didn't even send me an email or anything. They just disabled it. Sometimes they do it too if like I've aborted a couple games. They start taking like features away too if you're. But I probably dropped a swear word by accident. Not even at people either. I'll be like, oh shit, nice game, or like, oh shit, nice fork. And if you type it in, they don't let you send it. But if you try and hit send on a swear word, they'll disable your chat, especially more than once. And I'll just say it out of like respect to the person. Like, it's hilarious. This guy's upset. He's so upset. He's just bleeding out the clock. Hit another 10. Probably got time to do another 10. All right, good game, Ivan. Thanks for giving me time. Hit some push-ups. It's on to the next one. Tuned in. Let's go. Shout out to James for tuning in. I just beat Ivan so bad I was able to hit some push-ups in the meantime. Finally, a game with white. Okay, back-to-back with black is nice. Oh, misclick. I don't even. That's what a. Okay, let's start the game. I wanted to put it on the 4th rank, but okay. Kind of annoying because I don't want to burn another one immediately. Or do I? He's going to throw the bishop on this file. Do it. No one in the opening of chess has probably started with e3, e4 on the same file. It's defended. Both bishops can now come out. Let's bring a knight out. This guy's moving quick. Just strengthen our position in the center. Strengthen these. There's nowhere he can really come. It's kind of a wasted move because he's got everything defended fine. But I don't mind this living here. Give myself an area to castle. This guy's moving so quick, it's insane. We're going to let him have that if he wants it. I'm looking at it twice as well. He's looking at it 3 times. Perfect. Let him have it. I'm not even going to, I don't even want to take back. Let's go here. Offer a, in case he moves that knight. The old pawn push forward. Now if we go here, he's going to have to double stack. You can't not take with that. Okay. Do we have, I guess we have to take here. Aye. We double stack. Very awkward start to this game. I'm going to take. He's most likely going to double stack. There's no way he takes with that. Okay. Okay. Thanks for moving the bishop. We got a fork coming up here. Even if he attacks with the bishop, looking at my... He can't take it. He's going to have to move one of these. I might just take and even the game. He's just moving very quick. Almost too quick. And that's affected me before. Shout out to the third viewer in the chat. Appreciate you tuning in. We have back-to-back wins with black, and now we're fighting a little bit here. Very ugly start. I got a nice pawn chain on left, but double stacking on my castle side is never fun. Okay, so this is fun now. We're getting one of the two. I mean, it'd be smart for him to go here, but then I might throw my queen on the same file. Yeah, because if I take, he takes, I take, he takes, we're still even. I'm going to throw my queen on the same file because I don't think there's... Before I do that, discover check of any sort, because he would have to move. I'm going to try it because worst case I throw it here. He then has to move the queen. And if not, I'm taking that rook. But I think his rook can either go here. Okay. So now, this is kind of, I mean, it'd be fun if he stayed on, he was on a dark square, but I think we look here. This song's too fast paced. I need some slow jazz here. Okay. I think I have to now to take advantage of it, but I'm going to pull my bishop here because if he takes, I get a free queen and I check him with mine. It's a very sloppy but interesting start to this game. All right, I might have to give you #1 fan status. Okay, what do you do? Okay, I think I take. He can't take, so I'm looking here. I think he has to take with his king, because if he takes with his queen, I check. I need to get more into play. Because what he takes, I check. It's almost mate. I think we're going to. This could be a mistake, but I think I'm going to. Because if he moves back, he has to run it back. If he just blocks, I then take here. Yeah. Now I'm going to threaten. I'm going to threaten this rook, forcing him to move it. There's a pin here. If I can get a rook onto the E file, I can pin his queen. So he has to move that rook, which he can't check because both my pawns are looking at it. Okay, I almost want to give him my knight. Oh no, misclick. Because I can always just run. This would be a pin, and I'm going to get it regardless. I'm hoping he thinks it's a misclick, takes the free knight. I'm giving up a knight and a couple pawns for this. And a rook for his queen. This is very interesting. Thanks for getting active in the chat, James. You're really spicing this thing up. I think it might be a blunder because he gets that and you would get a rook. He basically gets a rook and a knight. And I get a queen. So no, it's still a winning position for me. I'm just going to have to make things work. He has to move the queen, but then there's also a mate if he does. Like if he moves his queen off this file, right? He can't check me. He can come here for sure, but then I'm going to check, and he has to block it. Okay. Yeah. It's a loss. As long as I'm smart, because what he should have done was honestly, if he followed through with that, he should have taken this. There's nothing he can do now to check me. And I'm going to be up technically a pawn in the scheme of things in the overall score. You're getting a lot of fan XP, that's for sure. Okay, so his queen's pin. I'm getting that queen regardless. I'm assuming he takes, but then I put him in check again. If not, I put him in check. And got to make some dreams happen with my queen and a pawn army. I mean, if he's smart, he wouldn't have just checked because it was a waste of a check. He should have just started. He would have got this and this. And I would have been down to 4 pawns. Having this many pawns on the table, wait, we have 6 each. And mine aren't double stacks for the time being. It's a very interesting game. I brought his clock all the way back down too. I'm really making him think now. We got a third viewer. Shout out to you for tuning in. It's a very sweaty game. Just went back to back with black. Okay. So I have to. That was the whole plan of the move. Now, is there a way to check and steal some more? Yep. Check. And now we really got to take advantage of having a queen. Is there another option now? I think we're going to take. He's threatening this. That's another check, but I don't want it. This one next. He should bring it up. Yeah. It's a little suffocating here. Okay, this is fun. He can only go back, and then I get his bishop as well. So he can only go here and here, but that's going to be a pin, no matter a pin or a check, no matter where he puts it. And he can't bring his rook back also. So this is very fun. Check. Take. Now that's free. Yeah, he's smart to do that. He's looking for this. I almost want to check and defend it for now, for fun, or should I just start gobbling? Here, he slides over. I'm going to take. So now if I can find a way to win his rook, I can also defend this now. We're going to take and defend. We're going to check and take. Okay. Now the fun part is trying to find a diagonal where I can check and take his rook, which would be right here, right now. They're both defended, believe it or not. So I'm going to check. I'm going to move his king around. The fun part about a queen is he can't take it ever because he can't get within one of it. I'm going to slide this up. Oh, yeah, watch, because this is a check and take if he doesn't move. He's obviously going to move his rook. There's no way he doesn't. Oh, my God. It's fun just gobbling stuff. Okay, now we just run these pawns up and win a game no matter what. I guess I can check for fun. I'm just going to resign. All right, GG's. That was a fantastic game. 3 in a row. Like, come on. I'm playing so well, I want to try and go for one more and call it for the night. Yeah, brilliant. There were some great moves in this game. I want to game review this. Except for usually it kicks me to another page. Okay, show this tab instead. Nice. Let me make sure it's showing in stream. Cool.
You had a nice tactical find in this game.
3%.
Let's review.
On a game that I
see what
played.
you're thinking, but E4 is considered the stronger
39 moves.
You had a nice tactical find in this game.
Hold on,
Let's
I gotta
review.
refresh this because I gotta see that again. Because what 83% is on a game like that, it's got to be like in the 1600s. 1650 it has me playing at. And he misses 1 blunder, 16 best, brilliant. I want to see what the brilliant is because I feel like
Van Cruzo.
he took a big advantage.
Their
at
knight
some
comes
point
into
when I
play,
blundered.
developing the bishop. They are you allowed the opponent. They capture your pawn and will win material after
Yeah.
all trades are
Oh
completed.
yeah, because I went down early.
You permitted the opponent to win a bishop through a fork. Your opponent set up a fork, which will win your... You found a safer square for your bishop, taking your vulnerable knight. These doubled
I
pawns...
almost took that with
taking
my
your
queen
vulnerable
too,
knight.
not realizing his rook was staring at me. It's a big comeback win, not gonna
These
lie.
doubled pawns in your position are very weak.
Yeah, double pawns suck, but like that in that position without losing your queen.
You trade a straight good thinking. Their pawn was... You captured that... Their pawn...
It was a
Good thinking.
mistake.
This move
Because
puts
he
your
was
piece into a
defending the
stronger,
one
more active
pawn,
position.
the weakest pawn in his chain, and he decided to slide over.
Their pawn was
which-
defended, but now it's hanging. You captured... You can pick up a free knight. That knight was yours for the
Nasty fork.
taking. They missed... You had it. They took... This move is... They are threatening to cap... You exchange a clear recapture. You offered your opponent the chance...
Yeah.
This is a... You recapture the piece. Their king steps away from the... It is good strategy to develop your... Their better move was to move a rook to safety,
Yeah,
You get a
should have
chance to
moved
play
it
a
safety,
stunning
and
move.
also
ignoring the threat on the knight.
it's kind of fun with this because it almost looked like a misclick.
You skillfully ignored the threat and played a fantastic move.
I gave him my knight.
Their rook, that pin to
And
the
his
king will
queen.
win material. They've made a mistake,
Because
and
the
their
thing
queen
when
is
you
now
come
lost.
down
That
and
pin
on
to
an
the
open
king will
file,
win
I
material.
have somewhere to run, and he can't check me being on a dark diagonal. Like he can't check me being on that. And I
They've
also
made a
been
mistake,
defended
and
by
their
these two
queen is now
pawns. So it's
lost.
like when you don't have a follow-up check and you're just doing it to check me, like realistically, what he should have
That
done,
pin to the king will win material.
obviously keeping that file blocked as best he could. But if he came down crashing here, instead of checking me, he should have started eating pawns. It would have been his best move.
Their rook.
So I pin him. I run.
Your opponent is putting.
Obviously, I
Nice. You
check.
found that was. You've
Check.
pinned your
Now I'm
opponent. They
grabbing
moved.
that one
You got
pawn
rid of the. They moved the. This is the
here.
way to win a bishop.
Yeah, there's no way for him to go. There's only 2 outs or the back pile, which if he goes here, that's a pin. Okay.
This is the way to win a bishop.
He goes here, which he did.
This is the way to win. They move the
You
nice
check.
way to win.
You take.
Nice. You
take.
captured. That's not a nice. They moved it. Nicely done. You wrapped up the tactic and collected the piece. Decent. Very good choice.
This one was fun.
Their king steps away from the check by your queen. Passed pawns must be pushed.
So at this point, he should have moved his rook because obviously I found another fork.
You are now nice.
And
You're
then
still
it
on
was
the.
a means to it.
They made one of the top moves
That
in
was a
this
fun game.
position.
I'm not gonna lie. Had a lot of fun. Let's go back to StreamYard. Add my. I gotta get better at not. I can just share the screen. All right, let's play one more. 4 tonight. Crazy that I get 3 as black. Oh, my chat's back. How did it get disabled for one game? Of course, it's back for the American. Well, we're going to play what's been working, the Carl Khan. So in this case, a lot of times they take. Okay, push forward. Beautiful. We're going to get my bishop out while I can. A lot of times they bring a... Okay. Now we're going to open up my other bishop file because that's been working. Having both bishops active early. Because the knights usually always have a square to jump to. So yeah, he's defending the one check that I have. I think we'll push this forward. That's a check. Here. I think we're just going to move it forward. Should have taken advantage. Yes, he pins me. Here. Here. No. Not yet. He's going to come crashing down, so I'm going to get my bishop deep early. Get ready to run a pawn out. I'm understanding the game a lot more recently because I've been reading a couple. This book helps a lot. If anyone from like 100 level to played a couple times as a kid and wants to get back into it to 2000 elo. This book is phenomenal for helping you understand how the pieces move, but not only to such a basic level as how to properly use them, where they're more active, pins, discovery checks, like just any way you maximize your potential with each piece by understanding it more, and that book has helped tremendously. Okay, I think we're going to run this up now. You can't come down with the knight anywhere now. These are all covered, so it's kind of a waste of a space, and I can almost kick them with one more push forward, but I have to defend it now because he's looking at this file still. So can I kick him? Do I want to get crazy? Do I want to get crazy? I'm going to try and play this game smart. He seems like he's playing pretty passive, so he's not going to make a mistake for a little bit. Honestly, I don't even like really castling on this side either. I don't know why I moved my queen forward. I'm just kind of trying to save a little bit of clock. Okay, now that we know the side he's castling on, I think I'm going to push forward. Attack on the left. Definitely castle on the right. Don't have to for the moment. Okay. I'm going to bring this back and run my pawns up, to be honest. Because it's kind of a fun check on this as well. The thing is, when you castle, with one wrong pawn move, you open up that side so easily, and it's scary when you're tucked in the corner. Sometimes it's not the best to castle. As much as people want to do it and hurry up and feel tucked away and safe, like that can be detrimental as well. Okay. I want this to live here in a weird way, but how do I kick this guy first? Here. By taking with this, I give myself the option to castle on both sides, which is always fun because you can see how their game develops and what they're trying to do, and obviously take advantage of that by protecting yourself more. By just castling off the rip because it feels safe. I did it for a while in my first 1,000 games. So he's looking at this square. I can move him and open up a... I'm going to move him. My knight's safe here. Yeah, he can come crashing down, but I would get this and take the pawn back. It's not the worst. He saves... I mean, he prevents me from castling, so I'm obviously not going to take. I'm going to move this side to protect my bishop more. It's kind of annoying because now that's going to live there, but it's not the end of the world. And what's annoying is I can't then bring that out. How do we kick this guy? Here, knight here. Offer a knight trade, because if not, then I'm going knight and taking his pawn, and I'm going to start breaking up his structure. So I think I have to. I don't like his knight living that far on my sixth rank. Okay, we are pretty strong, and I kind of want to strengthen that with this. Now, it is best to connect the rook, so this wouldn't even be a bad place for this to live because the nothing can then come crashing down onto these two squares. It has to be double defended. I think I'm going to connect them the old-fashioned way and just pop my king up, get my king into the game. We'll see what he does, but... Okay. is very locked up. Has me very locked up here. I'm gonna keep pushing forward. He's not much of a threat either because there's nowhere for him to go. It's a very locked board. Like there's not a single pawn that's been traded. Only bishop and knights, so it's very interesting. When there's not a single pawn traded, you can't really crash in anywhere. You got to wait for someone to make a mistake. So this game, I really got to keep an eye on the clock. Because with not a single pawn traded through the first 4 minutes, this is most likely going to go down to the final minute. And as long as I can stay up on this guy. Okay, now I'm going to bring my queen up. He still can't come here, can't come here. He can sneak in here, which is very annoying. I almost want this to live here. Super annoying. I mean, it's just annoying. I mean, it's not a check. It's just really annoying. Here. Those are both defended. I'm just going to play extra passive, to be honest. How do I kick this guy? Okay, this is kind of nice if he takes this now. I'm going to throw these on the same file. Okay. This is very annoying. This game's too passive for my liking. I really don't like it. I'm gonna bring my queen up one. Do we take the trade? I think we do. Gotta watch the clock. He's taking it up on me. I'm not gonna take with this. I'm gonna take with my queen if he does. Yeah, I'm gonna take with my queen. Leaving this locked still. Because then when I come up, he gets one, but I'm looking at it twice. Okay. Here. That's kind of, it doesn't open this up with him stuck there. Okay. Still defended. We kind of got both looking at this now. Still can't take this. It's an interesting play. Here. We got to start trading pieces. It's wild that we have this many pawns on the board. He gets this pawn now, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, he's going to crack through first. I mean, he should just take that pawn. I should have just traded. Yeah. It's kind of annoying. Because now he's pretty much just going to dance around. I think I got to go here. He's up a pawn, but I got to really watch the clock now. This game is weird. I don't like how... I haven't played many games like this where we have basically every pawn on the board 4 minutes into the game. 6 minutes into the game each. I'm literally just gonna play quick at this point. Like we're playing so passive, it's insane. This is a check, which is kind of annoying. There's nothing he can follow it up with. I would just bring my queen back down. Okay, I got a minute on him right now. I just got to watch this clock. This is going to be a game 1 on clock, without a doubt. Yes, I knew that was coming. Nothing he can do. Honestly, I got to make him make the first mistake. Like, this is such a weird game, but you got to play against your opponent. You can't play anybody else. You're playing the person in front of you. And this guy is very, very passive. It's very annoying what he's trying to do. It's kind of nice. I mean, this defends all 3 still. Puts my rook and queen on the same file. We got about a minute on him right now, and he's not really looking at the clock because each move he's taking is like extended. Is pinned? It is pinned. Okay, that's kind of scary. We're gonna unpin that. That's disgusting. Oh, I just couldn't lose the queen. Now I got to play this game ridiculously passive. I rushed. I got scared of the pin. Not good, people. This is not good. There's nothing I can do in this scenario. He's double looking at this, and I can't bring my queen over. We're going to go back here. I almost should wave the white flag on this one. So annoying because I had it locked up with time. I'm not going to. I offer a check and try maybe, like, it's annoying. He's going to put these both on the same file, and then I made it here. I made it in a move. Yeah. There's nowhere I can go. I can try and save it. That's mate here. They're both mate. No matter what I do, I can't. So I'm going to check them. Nothing I can do. Means to an end. What? I'm just doing this for fun now. I could have just taken it. Let's see if he moves again. Obviously, he's going to take it. I don't know what this guy's doing now, bro. You got mate in 1. We understand. You know, this is crazy. Why is he not? I'm going to do it again. Why is he not just taking it? It's so funny. He's doing this on purpose. There's no way at this level and not. LOL. A good sport. He just takes it and I lose on the next move, no matter what. Like, does he just keep letting me? There's no way. A snow shot. He takes it. How many is he gonna let me get away with? I'm trying not to move it too quick because I'm gonna get scared and just. This is hilarious, bro. This guy's actually hilarious. How many times? I think he does it one or two more, and then he just takes it and mates me. Also, I offer a draw, and he gives it to me. Just out of the kindness of his own heart. Canceled it. Oh, I canceled it. By moving? He's gonna bleed it down to like 5 seconds and then maybe. He declined the draw. Is there anything I can do in the meantime to get a spot to run? Oh my god, draw by repetition. That's there's no, like, was this guy doing it on purpose? Like, at some point you just gotta take my every single move you gotta take my rook. I'm gonna play one more just because that was hilarious. I'm so confused. I just gotta tell him he was a good sport. He didn't even say anything, which is so funny. He declined my draw, I think, by just moving. I don't even know what happened, to be honest. That was so good. I should get white. Oh my god, bro. Are you shitting me? I don't want to play another game as black. I'm gonna try one more for white. Oh, this is crazy. Caro Kann. Dang it. Dang it. Should have relaxed there just because I almost misclicked and put on a different square. Okay. I think he fucked up there. He just gave me a free bishop. I thought it was usually you get checked after something like that happens. Okay, well, let's just play smart. I'm going to open up a square for my bishop. Castle and play this one smart. I'm very confused. Okay, so he's gonna come here or here. You can't go here. I'm gonna give a patio immediately for my patio it up. So you're looking at this. You can take this, sure, but it's defended. He's looking at this, but it's double looked at right now. Triple looked at. Yeah. Check. He just gave me another piece for a pawn. Now let's give some area for this guy to run. I'm gonna kick the knight. He can't check me either. And I hope you think this is free. It's kind of fun. I have to. I come crashing down with this knight. Is a discover available for sure? Got to give somewhere for it to run just in case. Just in case he flips his queen over. Yeah. The one square he can check me, I'm defending. I don't like this knight, to be honest. I think I'm going to just try and trade right now because I'm up so many. Give him more areas to run. Because it is kind of scary if he throws his queen on the H file. I almost want to give him my... Okay, this is a nasty check. Because then I get a free pawn. Yeah, that's probably what it was. I got restricted for aborting a game right away. It's a free pawn now. Making sure all my shit's covered. If you get me close to 1050, I'm playing some great chess today. I think I have 1-3 and draw that last one, which didn't really make any sense. I don't know if that, I don't understand what that guy was doing, to be honest. I don't understand that move either. I think I'm going to throw this here, and then there's a discover check for his rook on either one. Here, which I don't lose it, and here. So we can't move both of them, so I should get a rook after this move too. And it's fun because you end up taking with the bishop, and these both live on the same file. So if you were to come crashing down, they're all defended. I just slip up here. I have a little home for my my king. Okay, so we blocked them both with that move somehow. I don't even know if he meant to do that, if I'm being honest. I think we check him. Honestly, I might just give him my knight so I can win a rook. So I'm stacking a knight and a bishop. For a rook, it's the same position I'm in, so never mind. I'm going to check him. I check him. Check him. Check him. He's coming all the way over. This goes here. That's going to be another check. And he's forced to go all the way over, and there might be something. There might be a mate here now. All right. We check him. Hold on. We check him first for fun. I'm pretty sure there's nowhere he can go if I go check check, and then check. 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 He should have went backwards. He wouldn't have been able to run it. So for that instance, he actually made the right move here by bringing his king back. And then what he should have done when I checked him on the next move is go here, because then he's always going to have a square to hide on that back rank behind his pawns. But instead, he came forward, and then I made it. GG's. Good game. I'm gonna call it there because that was a phenomenal stream. I climbed almost 50 elo. Played great. Shout out to everyone that tuned in, especially you, James, #1 fan. Appreciate you. Just gathering XP. I'm assuming it's you, the only one left right now. I'm gonna call the stream there. Thanks to everyone who tuned in.